A crisis is becoming an emergency. Let's talk about it on Today in Mortgages. Hey, what's going on, Dreammakers? Welcome back to the show. We're talking about what's real, what's hype, and what we should actually be paying attention to out there in the world of mortgage and real estate news. Rich Jefferson back with me again today. He took a week off to do some moving in to college for his daughter, but I'm glad you're back, Rich. How are you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm great.
All right.
Glad to be done with one move. Now we got one more move to do for my other daughter. So,
all right. I'm sure you're walking uphill both ways in the snow with 12 bags on your back doing that. But, I've got a heavy lift for you today, Rich, and it's because we might have another emergency declared in this country. Can you guess what it is?
Housing.
It's no longer a housing crisis. We might be facing a housing emergency, according to our dear President Trump. We have an article today from Newsweek. It says Trump may declare national housing emergency, but what is it? So, Rich, let's answer that question. What is the housing emergency that we are facing today? Before we kind of get into what that might mean, let's talk about why the White House is viewing this as an emergency.
Well, one, President Trump loves his national emergency. And mainly that's a way for him to have executive powers to just say, do this, do that, and instead of going through Congress. So that's one of the advantages of these national emergencies that he's using to the full extent. Now, what he can do, that's a question, because we're 4.7 million homes short. So homes need to be built, but where are they going to be built? I mean, we, through the early 2000s, sprawl was the way we filled it, right? We just went out from the big metropolitan areas further out. But the further you go out, the less amenities and things that people need to live a normal life. Like, they want to be closer to work, they want to have good restaurants and grocery stores. So that's a real issue. I mean, look at Houston. I mean, you could go out 90 miles and build homes, but who can buy them out there? So, and it's the same here in Phoenix, and it's the same in Atlanta. It's the same in a lot of cities. So I don't know what exactly they can do other than try to pressure states to ease regulations.
Rich, I want to pause right there and talk a little bit about that shortage of housing that we're experiencing. I'm super interested in this because, we've started to see inventory build up. And I saw another article that says we have a glut of new homes sitting on the market. And so there's this interesting thing where, maybe we're having more inventory, but they're not selling because they're at too high of a price. We're going to have high purchase prices. We're going to have high interest rates. So the question is, Rich, is it that we have a lack of housing, or we just don't have housing in the right place, or we don't have housing at the right prices? What's the real problem here?
Yes, to
all of them.
That. All of that. I mean, you just look at, for one, as a young home buyer, prices have been rising. We're up 40% since 2021 or something. That's a significant amount to purchase a home. And then you got all the other things, right? Real estate taxes are also up because of all the appreciation, and homeowners insurance is up because we know what's happening there. So just the cost of housing has far surpassed the actual income growth. So if you look at CPI, and we can pull something up from Fred, and I'll send it to you for this video, but you can see CPI climbing, but housing is just way out of whack. It's just not keeping up. So it's a real problem, Michael. And I don't know how the government can solve it. I think we need lower interest rates for sure, but then we need smart buyers to say, I just don't want to buy that home at that price, because it's a free market. So if a seller wants to sell at a certain price and a buyer agrees to it, done deal. The rates support the payment. The buyer qualifies with that payment. They exercise their right. Now you got a new comp at a higher price. That is what's going to happen with limited inventory.
Yeah, Rich, that's one of the interesting things that we see is that it really feels like we can't get more affordable housing with some sort of kind of massive correction on all the appreciation that's happened over the last couple of years, which will be kind of a tough thing for current homeowners to swallow, that maybe their values drop a little bit. Because the other thing is that they talked about in this article was giving maybe first-time homebuyer credits and that kind of thing, which is going to give people money to offer on that down payment, or at least maybe a tax break later on after they've made that offer. But Rich, you and I've talked about this before. All that kind of does is go in and incentivize sellers to increase the price by that much more and kind of reinflate those home values. And so it just feels like almost this weird, impossible situation that we might not be able to get out of without really a kind of steep push down of these home values that no one can seem to afford anymore.
I don't think so, that we're going to see 20% reduction in, values. It may happen over time when eventually a seller has to sell for a lot of reasons. Work, family grows, or they need to downsize. As rates come down a little bit, even if they hit a 5 handle, 5.999, that is going to change the game, and more people are going to be willing to sell. But you see aggressive builders and some sellers that really do need to sell. They're getting aggressive. They're lowering sales price. I'm seeing it on Zillow just in my area. They're dropping sales price from their ridiculous listing price. They're paying all these incentives. Builders and sellers that need to sell are being very aggressive for buyers right now.
Yeah, Rich, that's a good point. And so I think there are several things that hopefully some policy changes could do here. Give me a brief outline of, what some of the things that we could do under an emergency declaration.
Just some things that I've read on, because it doesn't seem that they even know what they can do. Short term, all they can really do is ease regulations. Just make it easier to build homes faster and more affordable, and encourage builders with tax incentives to build in that range for first-time home buyers that they can afford, something under $400,000. And, as you see, like our aggressive builder partners, they're all $450,000 or below, and they're doing great. It's the builders that are selling at the higher ranges. They're not doing as great because they have a limited buyer pool. So tax incentive for builders to build in a certain price range, making it easy for them to build, maybe ease any tariffs on any goods. These are some things that make a big difference in getting homes built faster.
Yeah, that's a good word, Rich. I think it really comes down to incentivizing building and also making sure that building can happen cheaply and allow them to pass that savings on to new home buyers, especially in those new build communities.
President Trump is trying everything. If he can't get Congress to support him, he's going to do it under executive powers, whatever he can find a way to get it addressed. It's just, we don't know what that's going to be.
Right. And like you said, hopefully there is a plan. But one place there is most definitely a plan for you out there is here at Network Funding. Rich, how are we helping loan officers win in this uncertain climate?
Man, we're just encouraging our loan officers to have better conversations with buyers, to really talk about what they qualify for, what products they qualify for, really talk about long-term, beyond the now and purchasing the home now, like what's in 3 and 5 year plan for you and your family, so that we can put you into the right products and be a great advisor for you. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to train on just asking the right questions to potential home buyers today, because that's the difference in winning a client, is asking the best questions. And so that's what we're focused on.
Rich, and I know you are focused on building pros. And so if you are out there as a loan professional and you want to build your business, grow your production, and become a better you at a place that cares about you, Network Funding is a place for you. Reach out to us. Go to u.nflp.com. You'll get connected with Rich. He'll give you everything you need to know about the best network in mortgages. Rich, anything else you want to talk about this emergency?
I hope to follow up this with some more information once it starts to come out, but I feel positive we're going to get something good out of it. So we'll see.
Good. Well, it has been a wild ride seeing some of the creative solutions that come out of these emergencies. And I can't deny that some of them are pretty effective and move really fast. And so we'll see what happens. Rich, thanks for joining us today. I hope you are avoiding all the emergencies in your life right now. And we appreciate everyone out there who's watching and listening wherever you are. We'll see you next time on Today in Mortgages. CA Mortgages is produced by Network Funding LP, which is an equal housing lender, NMLS 2297. The content of this program is meant to be a commentary on mortgage and real estate news, and any discussion of rates and/or products should not be taken as an individual mortgage or home buying advice or pricing estimates. And any commentary on this show should not be considered a promise to make a loan. All applicants for a loan must qualify, and you should consult a professional regarding your individual loan scenarios for your financial situation. Visit our website at nflp.com/licenses for all state licensing and other legal information.